Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sunday night. It is actually Easter Sunday today, and that means it's April the, let me check, 20th. So we are in the middle. For those of you who are in Australia and have a long weekend, tomorrow is also a holiday. So we're kind of in the middle of a weekend. How is everyone? Have you had a nice Easter? Leslie, I can answer that question. They're called textured notes. You asked the question. Leslie's question was, can anyone kindly tell me the name of the rectangular dies with the fancy edges? Textured notes. They're cool, aren't they? Aren't they great? I love them. They're one of my favorite new sets of dies. There's a number of sets of dies, and my favorite ones tend to be nested dies because you could do so much with them. Like I love, obviously, the stylish shapes. Everyone knows that, but also those textured notes are really cool. And we've got a number like the Everyday Arches, which I think I'm going to pull out tonight. So you're pleased I'm on tonight. Yay, then I made the right decision. I did think about it. Was it going to be the wrong decision to go live tonight? But anyway, I'll go back and read all your comments later. I'm so sorry I haven't got time to go through them all now, but hello and happy Easter to everyone. Yes, we have had a nice Easter, thank you. I'm just quickly picking out a couple of comments. I'm not reading them all. I'm so sorry. Leslie Freeman is with us. Hello, Leslie. And we're Leslie Smith. I wonder if Leslie Annabelle is here as well. And Leslie Kilby's here sometimes. We have a whole bunch of Leslies, but I'm not sure if they're all here tonight. At least a couple are. And Katrina is here. Hello, Kerry. Hi, Lynn. Is it hot up in Darwin? It's getting a bit cooler here. Night times are cooler. Although today was beautiful. Today got up to about 29, 30 degrees. Beautiful. Gorgeous weather. The nights are cool though. And then tomorrow's not going to be as warm. Tomorrow will be about 25, but that's still nice. We've been busy. We've been, my husband and I have been working on our outdoor area this weekend. So we actually got, pressure washed off the deck, pressure washed all the furniture, cleaned everything, just basically got rid of a bunch of stuff that we didn't need. And now we've got the fun job of restaining the furniture. Put up a clothesline out there today, and my husband's putting up some festoon lights. So that's a bit of fun. We're having some fun with those. How was the beef? Thank you for asking, Leslie. Yeah, it turned out okay. It was nice and soft, so that was really good. I think maybe a bit more flavour would have been good. I wish I had spoken to someone here before I'd already got the ingredients. And I did have herbs and stuff in there, but I liked somebody's idea the other night about using some French onion soup in there. So next time I'll try that. It's still hot, Lynn. Aircon's on. Oh my goodness! And down in if Maggie is watching, she's down in Tasmania. Freezing her bottom off. So it's a bit of a different. Hey, Tanya, how are you going? Hi, Donna. Hope you enjoyed your birthday the other day. So yes, we had a really lovely evening on Friday evening, and I had some friends for dinner that night, and it was just lovely to play some games. Yeah, it was good. It was a good night. All right, just going through. Oh, insomnia is never our friend, Deborah. But it's nice that you can watch live instead of sleeping. But at some point, if you get tired, you should go and get back to sleep. That's what you should do. Oh, good to hear, Donna. All right, let's get going. Let's switch over to the desk. I haven't got anything on there yet, but you can see the reflection from my lamp above that gives me nice lighting. I actually pulled out a couple of retiring sets, which I thought might be a bit of fun, because we've got a couple of retiring sets that I think are quite similar to each other. They're a similar kind of an idea. These two, one's called Grassy Grove and the other one's called In the Grove. They're both cling stamp sets. Okay, you can see this one's been, I've had this one longer. It's been used quite a bit. This one I haven't used nearly as much because I haven't had it as long. So I've only, used a couple of those stamps. They also have matching dies, and so we can create scenes with them. And you guys know I love to create scenes. Now, both the die sets, bit of a smudge on that one. Both the die sets are the larger die sets, the 6x6 die sets. Oh, really, Jody? Well, there you go. Well, now, did you ever find the name, or did you just find out now when I said something? All right, this is the Grove dies, and this is in the Grove. So the Grove dies go with the Grassy Grove, and let me show them to you. So all of them are retiring, okay? And they're all, I think they're all marked down too. Let me just double check that. Okay, so in the Grove, this one here is still a bundle, but I don't know. I'm wondering if it's cheaper I think it's cheaper actually to buy them separately than it is to buy them together. I believe so. All right. And then the Grove dies are not a bundle. So these ones and these ones, these are not a bundle. They're separate items. But they're all of them, all four of them are marked down. So, and quite a bit marked down in some cases. So, for example, the In the Grove stamp set, which is this one here, this one was $39. It's now $35.10. And the Grassy Grove, this one here, was $42. It's down to $29.40. So all of them are marked down. And I hope you guys are enjoying all the last chance specials this month. They only came out at the beginning of this month, so there are still some fantastic bargains to be had. But let me show you the difference between these two. So there's both of them have got like a tree kind of a thing. This one's got trees. When you cut them out, you have all the leaves on the trees. Okay, it doesn't actually match a stamp though, but you can then do things that, when you're looking through the grove of trees, you've got these, like some distant trees, you've got grass, you've got some pine trees, you've got a deer, you've got different things that you could see through the trees. Okay, so those are really nice. Now this one is a bit different. So you got all the leaves on here, but this one, it's more like these are deciduous trees, and their leaves have fallen off, right? So just a different look altogether, but both of them create a scene. Can you see that? So this one, you're looking through a leafy kind of a grove. This one, the leaves have all fallen off. So there we go. Are you going to use them tomorrow? They're so good, Leslie. I've been using them all the time. I've actually designed my swaps for the incentive trip coming up. And I'm going to do both of these, and then we'll decide which one we want to use. Okay, so I'm going to go, I'm wondering whether to go with, you know what? I was going to do it with white, but I'm not. I'm going to do it in black. So it looks like a silhouette. So let's have a look at these. So I've got one here, and I've got another one here. All right. And I'm going to do one of each. Okay, so that you guys can see. So this is the In the Grove, this one. All right. And then the other one is just called Grove dies. So they're a little bit different. So this one's going to give me like a thinner result, and this one is a little bit more leafy looking. I'm going to run them both through my cut and emboss machine, and I will be right back. I'm just going to do that right here next to my desk. These are great for diorama cards. So if ever you're wondering, how would I use these? You can use them for dioramas, and that's actually a lot of fun with these. And I have done that a few times. I probably should have measured these black pieces before I started, but it doesn't matter. I'll cut them to size as needed. And because they're quite intricate, I'm running them forward and then running them back again. All right, let's bring these in and have a little look. All right, so here's the Grove one. In the Grove, this one's called, and you can see all the pieces pretty much fall out really easily. Like I said, I ran it through and then I ran it back again. And All right, so you can see how they look. Really nice, aren't they? There are a couple of little bits here that didn't quite fall out. You could push those out if you wanted. So that's nice. And then the other one is this one here. And you can see once again, this big piece just falls out. And we just need to help some of the others. It doesn't take very long to, or you can use your brush tip. For anyone who doesn't know, the brush tip comes with a sponge pad. Let me just grab one for you. Like this. And so if you want to do it faster, you can just run your brush over the pad and you can see how effective that is. Like everything just falls straight out. I love the brush tip. Who has it or who doesn't have it? More of a question. Such a useful thing. If you already have a Take Your Pick tool, the brush tip is just an add-on that you can purchase, and that's really cool. All right, so now while I'm thinking about it right now, I just want to send out a reminder to everybody to make sure you go and check your cardstock stash and top up your cardstock needs before the prices go up in the new catalog, because they're going up a fair amount. Okay, so I just wanted everyone to know that they're going up, and therefore you should jump in and try and get your cardstock basics before that happens. So all right, so this one, you can see how this looks. It's quite nice, and I could make a nice scene behind this. You can even stamp, you can stamp so that you've got like something appearing through there, which is a really nice look. We can use, I very often use blending brushes with these. I'm going to grab my trimmer and let's see how I'm going for sides with this. All right, so, okay, I'm going to cut it down slightly and make it card front size. And that's going to be 14.3 long. And then it should be 10 high. So I'm going to take a bit off the top and a bit off the bottom. This is when I said I should have probably cut this to size before I started. Oh, and I noticed now it must be time nearly for me to get a new blade for my trimmer, because when you cut black cardstock, black tends to, the edges can get raggedy if your blade is not very sharp. And for whatever reason, I think it's the softness of the black cardstock. It's the first color to show you. So if you're using other colors, this blade is probably fine. But because I'm using black, it's showing me those ragged edges. So it's probably time for me to trim up my blade. You have the brush, Leslie, do you? Hey, Ellen, nice to see you here. And Ellen says she has it too. That's cool. Now this one, let me see how big this is. All right, this is already cut to the right size. And yep, it's already exactly. So this one is actually already the same size as the other one. So I'm deciding what to do here, whether I think I'll start with just a basic white card base behind. And which one do you guys like? Do you want to do the one with the leaves, that look, or do you want to do the one with the skinny? So this would be A, would be the one with the leaves, and B would be the one with the thinner dies. Which one would you like me to use? Well, it's all about showing stuff in action, Ginevra. That's what we do here. That's good. It's always good for people. Oh, everyone's saying, oh, what have we got? Moira said thin. You have the brush, but it's gone AWOL, Janine. That's no good. Hopefully you'll find it. Oh, there's a lot of A's. Leaves. Yeah, it's in the safe spot, says Rose. You get that, Janine? Remember the safe spot? A. Well, there's a few B's, but I'm getting a lot of A's. So that means we're going to go with the leaves. Okay, I like them both. And I think they lend themselves to slightly different types of cards. So I think this one looks a little bit more wintry, maybe. Like if I was to put a mountain scene behind this one, like this. See how the mountain is behind that? I think that would look really, really lovely. Okay, looks like we really are looking at a scene over there, and you could throw there's a little Arctic fox here. He's really cute, and some nice little pine trees. You could use a couple of these elements and make this, certainly with the trees, make it even a Christmassy kind of a card. Oh, no, that's no good, Janine. I know things sometimes mysteriously end up in the bin. I've lost a couple of things that way, and I'm pretty sure that's where they ended up. All right, so I'm going to, because I'm using this one, I'm going to use the matching stamp set, and we'll go with that. And I'm going to, so I've got a card base here in white. I don't know whether I'm going to end up with a white card base, but this will go right here on top. Okay, it straight away looks fantastic, doesn't it? So let's think about a few different things that you can do with this. First of all, we can get some white cardstock and create a background, and I think that would look really lovely. We could also use a DSP with a scene on it, for example, and we have so many good DSPs that you can do this with, and I'm going to show you a couple. The Thoughtful Journey is a good one because that's got some lovely scenes that would look really, really nice with this in the front. Let me pull a couple out. I'm just looking through to see which one I want to use. I mean, even something as simple as this, okay, if we were to put that behind this, cut it to size, obviously, and, you know, you've got like an ocean scene with something going on here, and then you could add little, you know, you could add a deer and a saying, and, you know, all of a sudden you've got a card with no effort whatsoever. It really is easy. Hey, Maggie, nice to see you. I was talking about you before. Lynn is up there sweltering with the air conditioning on, and I said that you're probably down in Tassie freezing your bottom off. Would that be correct? You think I need to stamp a bear? Oh, yes. Then we could sing If You Go Down to the Woods Today. Exactly. So this is an option. You can use any paper, especially some of our 6x6 paper that's got some great scenes on it. I mean, like you could throw in all different kinds, couldn't you? Like, just take your pick, really. There's so many nice ones in here. I love this paper. I just think it's gorgeous. Look at that. That looks very like a swamp, but kind of moody, doesn't it? Doesn't that look nice? So that would be really quick and easy card making, okay? Straight away, just use this and throw a nice scene behind it. So that's a possibility. I do have another scene to show you now. This is showing you some new something, okay? This is, and I have shown these before. This is new paper that we have. It's called, is it Gallery or Beautiful Gallery? Is that what it is? Let me tell you. Yes, Beautiful Gallery 6x6 paper. And so you can pull out some of the scenery here and look how nice that looks. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. All of a sudden we have a scene. This paper has got like some wallpapery designs and things on the back, but there's all sorts of different like scenes and designs. I mean, that would be nice too. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. You bought Grassy Grove, but you haven't used it. You need to get it out and use it, especially since it's going to retire soon. So I do a challenge for my team on our team page every month. And I was thinking, I don't know if anyone else, any of the team members who are watching, 1 month we should have a challenge to pull out a set that you've never used or almost never used. You know, something you hardly ever use, and just use it. I mean, okay, could we even do that? We could. Look at that. So this is a really versatile set as well, and you'll see me using this one a lot. Look at that with the boats and stuff. Just gorgeous paper. All right, let me move that. All right, and I've got myself some white cardstock, and I'm just going to cut a piece, and let's make ourselves. I'm gonna cut this to be almost the same size as my this piece. All right, I've got a little bit of room at the sides to work with, so I'm thinking that I'll go maybe just a couple of millimeters shorter. Whoops, I'll go this way. So I'm going to cut 3 millimeters shorter than the black piece. So that would be 14 instead of 14.3, and it would be 9.7 the other way. And that way we'll be hiding the edges. It's still big enough to cover the edges, but we're hiding those edges. All right, so you can see it's just that little bit smaller. Okay. All right, so I'm thinking I'm going to use this stamp here that has the great big old grassy grove. That's why I think it's called this, because of this kind of grassy look. And I'm going to use whack a big old block on there. And what color shall we do this in? I'm thinking Old Olive and Mossy Meadow might be good. Let's go with those. I don't use these two. Those are two colors that go together really, really well. And I don't use them often enough. And then I'm going to add some darker color with my Mossy Meadow. And this is a technique you can do with your markers, your Stampin' Write markers. And I'm actually going to, it's called thumping. And we're just going to add some darker color and sort of dot. And it's called thumping because you literally just get in there and thump all over the ink that you've just put down. I think we talked about this one when we had that marker special a few months ago. All right. Wild wheat. Oh, yes. Wild wheat would look great. Maybe we can still play with that. All right. So I'm going to just have this ever so slightly up from the bottom. Right. Can you see we've got the two colors in there, which looks rather good. And I think you're right. I think some wild wheat would really brighten this up and look really cool. All right. So you can see how that looks when that's over there. Obviously, we don't want the sky to be white, but you can kind of start to get a feel for this. We could do some trees in the background. So we've got like these little guys can be over here, and then you would see those through here as well. That would also work. Or I could do the pine tree look, but we won't see as much of these. But I could do them. I probably would put them a little lower and do them like that. But no, I don't think that's, I don't want to do that. So I'm thinking the smaller trees might be good. All right, let's go here. You think that would be a good challenge, Tanya? Now, I'm actually going to stamp this off. I'm going to stamp it on here, and then I'm going to come over here. I want these to be lighter because I want them to look like they're further away, like in the picture. I want them to, yep. All right, so now I want to add some color to the sky, and I'm going to use my blending brushes for that. So I'm going to start with Balmy Blue. Actually, Balmy Blue or no, I'm not going to do Balmy Blue. I'm going to do Pool Party. Let's go this way. Depends. If I wanted to go more of a navy, I can choose either color actually. So I'm going to just going to do that there. I see you guys are talking about rankings and things like that in Australia. I can promise you it's going to be different this year. Completely all over the place different because we have all these new people come along. So I'm imagining that, that the numbers will be very, very different. I'm just adding plenty of color here with my Pool Party ink. I'm being fairly rough with it because I'm going to build up some layers. Oh, I just realized if I wanted to, I should have done a moon. It's not too late. I still can. Let's do a moon. And I'm wondering how big a moon to do. I'm going to grab, I'm just going to use a small punch from that one there. That'll do good. And I'm going to use a tiny, I'm going to put that over the top of this tree, right there like that. Okay, now I have put a tiny bit of blue here, but not so much that it's going to be an issue. So I'm going to use, I'm going to use a glue dot, but I'm going to put, this will sound really weird. I'm going to put the glue dot behind here just so it doesn't move. And then, see, I've got the glue dot on here. You see it? Then I'm going to push it up against my jeans. I know that sounds funny, but basically I'm getting rid of most of the stick, so it's going to be repositionable. And it's not going to hold super, super well, but that's okay. So I put it over the top of this tree, and now I'm going to continue with my color. And we're going to build up a fair amount of color. Now I'm deciding what color to add next. I could have done other colors in the sky too. Could have gone with purples and, you know, oranges, made it more of a sunset-y kind of a thing, but I didn't do that. Anyway, doesn't matter. All right, what color will I go with next? I am thinking. Will I go Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy, or will I go with the, I've got a few options. I can go more into the blue greens and go Pretty Peacock that way, or I could go, yeah, I think I might go more, looking to see. Easter morning, Trish. Hi. Well, happy Easter to you. So I'm just deciding whether I'm going to go more navy. So this is Misty Moonlight, and Misty Moonlight has, like, it's quite dark, but I think I'm going to go with that. Anyway, let's see. We're just going to commit ourselves and go into it a bit more. Now you can see it's going to get more over the moon, so that the color is going to start to build up in that area, and we'll end up seeing more of it. Okay, so when I pull that back, can you see there's quite a bit of moon now, even though we did have a little bit of pool party on there originally. And I'm just building up more color. You'll see I'm not going quite down as far as I did initially with the pool party. So I'm sort of, all right. And then the last color I'm going to add on there is going to be Night of Navy, because that's the darkest in those tones. I tell you what, we have a new color, Secret Sea, and that's like a almost a navy charcoal. It's got a bit of gray in it. This time I'm only going down about half as far again. And we might even add in a deer, because there is a cute little deer here. We could add him in front. So that might work as well. All right. So the color's starting to build up really nicely. I love blending brushes. Who else is a big blending brush fan? I'm going to have this going just down a bit more. All right, that's looking really good, actually. And so you can still see a bit of the pool party coming through here, and then into the Misty Moonlight, and the navy is the darker color at the top. I could add more navy at the very top. In fact, I'm gonna just a tiny, tiny bit to really just, there we go, that's better. Ah, there you go. It is such a great color, isn't it? All right, so when I take this off, then we've got our moon there. And because we stamped first and then did our masking and then added our background color, you have the tree sitting in front of the moon like that, which looks exactly the way we would want it to look. All right, now I may end up throwing that circle back on again, because I'm thinking I'm going to do some water splatter for the sky because I love water splatter. I think that looks good. You love using them too, Glenda. Me too. One of my favorite things. They're so good. All right, and see how this is looking now. Can you see what we're getting here? Now we're going to lose a little bit. Oh, you can't even see the moon very well, but I know it's there. I should have moved it out a little bit more, but I do like it. Do we like it with that in front? All right, so we are losing some of our misty moonlight at the top, but it's still looking really pretty. All right, so I think maybe a little deer. And I'm thinking, I think pecan pie has a good color for a deer. What do you guys think? Let's try that on some, here's my circle again if I decide to bring it back. I think, we could go crumb cake or we can go pecan pie. I think that might be the go. And just looking for a space here because I'm going to cut him out with the matching die. Do we think that's the right color? Or would he have been better in a lighter color? All right, let me close these up so I don't end up. Yeah, you think pecan pie, Marilyn? Okay, then I'm glad. If you think that, then that's excellent. Okay. All right, so Grassy Grove. Where are my dies? Quickly. Where did I put them? Oh, they're all, I've got stuff everywhere. Isn't that typical? So yeah, it is this one. And so there you can actually cut. I can stamp this and cut him out. And there's obviously a bit more detail because you can see his little face and all that. But if you wanted to do like just silhouettes and you didn't need to actually do the stamping, there's also some little, like there's a mummy and a baby deer there that you could do as a silhouette. So I could have him or her here and stamp her so you can see more detail, or I could do like little black, I could even just do a little, so this would come out here and we would just have like a little black deer and it looks like it's looking at the moon. Actually, that looks really good, doesn't it? We have choices, you guys. All right, let me quickly grab this and I'm going to use that piece that I cut out before. Remember this piece? And I'm going to cut my little deer out of that. So no wastage. We love that. On Friday night, Thursday night, because I didn't go live on Friday night, but on Thursday night I did. And see how nice, see how cute. All right, and so we want the little deer could just go in here and is looking at the moon. That's really cute. I think that's really rather nice. Or the alternative is to use the stamped one. But I think I'm going to like that silhouette one instead. I'm going to give you guys the choice and then you can tell me which one you prefer. Okay, so this is option A with the silhouette, okay, like that. And the option B would be the stamped version. I think I like the silhouette. You think the baby? Or the mum and the baby, says Donna. All right, well, I can certainly do the mummy as well. That's no trouble. So let me grab her out and grab another little bit of black. And we have choices, don't we? So the mummy and the baby, how cute. we love that. All right, so do we like the black? And I could put them up on dimensionals too, which would make them stand out a little bit more. What do you guys think? All right, everyone's choosing the black. Okay. All right. Well, let's get this happening. And now that I did actually have a piece of folded white card I was going to put this on, but I've changed my mind because now that we've got these other colors, I think we should go with a colored card base. So I'm thinking either pool party because we've got that in there, or we could go with one of the greens. We could go with maybe old olive. I've got lots of options, haven't I, today? All right, so if I was going to go with Mossy Meadow, that would be on here like this. What do we think? Do we like it like that? Or is that too dark? That might be a bit dark. And if I was going to go on to, I mean, you guys really do get my thought processes when we're crafting together because I'm doing it live. I have a bit of an idea of what I'd like to use. And this is the pool party. Let's see what that looks like. See how I mean, that is really lovely because it picks up the blue from the sky there. And then this would go over the top. And then these guys would go up on dimensionals right about here. What do we think? Do we like the pool party? Or do you think I could even go Misty Moonlight? I could go darker. It's too many choices. What do you guys think? You think the Mossy Meadow looks good, Donna? Try the other fronts so you see more of the background. Oh, you mean to switch them out? Give me a second. What did I do with it here? This one. You do see more of the background with that. That's true. And we could mix them together, couldn't we? So then we have the little bubby. Do we like that better? Because that does show more of the background, but the whole point. Yeah, okay. People are saying they like the Mossy Meadow. Okay, let me grab that out. And old olive would be a little lighter if I was going to do that. All right, so after everyone telling me they wanted me to use this one, now the suggestion has been made to see more of the background by switching to this one. And I guess that is the advantage of this particular die. So they both look good. But before we do that, I am going to do something that you probably won't see a lot, especially if I use this one. But I'm just going to go with a bit of water splatter. And because I didn't plan this out before I went live, I'm actually going to just use one of my, I've got some water left over in a couple of my aqua painters and spritzers. And I'm actually going to get some out of one of those. Because I didn't think about doing that before. All right, here's a water painter. You like that better? The background shows more of the... Well, that's the problem. You like the first Grassy Grove. It's too many choices, isn't it? All right. I like I like them both, but in this case, because of the background that I've made, you definitely gets to see more of this. So you know what I think we should do? Here's I hope everyone's going to be happy with this. I think we should switch to this one, but still use this one and put one of our DSP backgrounds behind that. So we've got one of each. What do you think? Do we like that idea? I'm just going to put this down for a second, back where it was before. And then I'm going to get see, I've got some water in my hand, and I'm just going to flick it. And all this does, because we have used our blender pen to build up ink, this one won't be seen much anyway, but like there's lots of little spots, and I don't know if you can see them starting to come through. Can you start to see the spots? And as it dries, as that bit of water dries, the what am I trying to say? I know what I'm trying to say. It pulls the color out. That's better. Just needed to flick a bit more. Now you should be starting to see the little dots. Can you see it? I actually really love doing this to my blended backgrounds. It's always a fun thing, and you never know quite how it's going to turn out, but it looks really, really good. Now I could add extra dots if I wanted to. We've got a number of sets that have extra dots, like oh, and let me just quickly grab that other. Also, if I was going to use this one, I would be more inclined to throw in maybe some pine trees up here, because you would see them more, whereas there's no point in doing it with here because you won't see it. Okay. Oh, thanks, Donna. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, the moon is definitely a lot more obvious on this one, so that probably is a good idea. The other thing you can do, which is always a cool idea, is grab yourself some Winkostella, and you can flick that as well. So that's another nice thing to do. So let me see if this one is. So you can literally, or you can tap it on like something hard, like so, and add some little Winkostella glitter. It's going to be hard to see though on the camera. You almost won't see it. But you need one that's pretty winky. You need a lot of not a really wet one, like a new one. So if you haven't got a new one, then you probably won't get a lot of result. I'm just seeing if I've got a better one. This one might be better. Oh, this one is better. So let me try that. Oh yeah, now I can see the shininess of it, but you probably are not going to see it very much, but it's a really cool thing to do for a starry background. So I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe not. Anywho, you get the idea, right? Something else you could do, if you have any stamps, and this is something I'm a big fan of, any bird stamps. Do we have any bird stamps at the moment? Because a couple of birds over the front of your moon looks amazing, and you would put them on in black. I'm just looking to see if I have any do we have any currently? Can anyone think of any? I'm just looking through my collection to see if I have bird stamps, but I don't think I do right now. We've had them in various sets. We had them in the Garden Meadow set, I think, and I know we had them in that, I can't remember what it was called, but it was the one with the like the anchors and stuff. This new sailing one has birds. I might have to get it just for those, because I love birds. Love them. Don't I, Cookie? He knows I love him. All right, so I'm going to pop this, if we're going with the Mossy Meadow background, as by special request, and I'm going to pop this right here in the center, right? I'm going to grab myself some Tombow. And come on. Oh, it's getting a low. This is a low one. Right. Let me see. That one needs to go to the bin. This one's a new one. I could also use my seal there, but this is new. Was there going to be, was there some in one of the, yes, there is. And I've got it right here. Look, here. Mind you, they're a little bit, I like the ones that are just like a, and you could probably just draw them in, but you know, the ones that look like a little, almost like an M. And they look really good because they look like they're birds in the distance. And we like that. Right, so what I'm doing is I'm lining this up so it's right in the middle here. But yeah, you could do those. They're more like swallows, aren't they? But that's a really good thought, Janine. I didn't even think of those. All right, so now I'm going to put these. Now I could put this straight on, but I'm going to actually use dimensionals just to lift it up a little bit and make it look more like you're looking through it to the scenery at the back. I'm going, oh, actually, you know what I need to do? Just thought of it. I think I want to use, if I have some here, I should have some here, I want to use some black ones. Oh my goodness, I might need to get myself some more black ones. Oh, here's some. Found some. And I love the black ones on a black background because you can't even see them when you take off the white backs. It's like magic. They disappear. All right. So I do also have mini black ones. But do I have any handy? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, well. You could also, the other thing you could do would be cut along, like if I wanted to throw some down here, I can use my snips and just grab off that little bit there because that'll go quite well there in the center. And I might grab a couple more at the top. So don't forget about the edges of your dimensional, so you can use those. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take off the backs. See what I mean about them disappearing? You barely, if you didn't know they were there, you wouldn't know they were there. All right, let me see. Okay, so I'm going to stand up and I'm going to position that over the top. So now it looks like we're looking through. Well, it's looking really good, guys. Thank you for your help. All right, that's looking really great. And I want to get, now the question is, am I going to put this in here behind or am I going to put these over the top? I think I'll put them over the top. And I think I'm going to put some dots of glue here. Hang on while I work out where I want this to be. Put it down too low. That's okay. I'll get rid of that. And so I'm going to put one little bit of black dimensional behind her chest there, just to, so she's not flopping around. Take that off before it's dry. A little bit fiddly because I wanted to stick them up in the air. If I just glued them down, it would have been a lot easier. But anyway. All right, now she's in place. All right, and then the baby, I want the baby to be just behind. And I think for the baby, I'm going to use two little black dimensionals. Oh, guys, I'm glad you like this. It's a fun card, right? I'm just realizing I only probably need one. I've got two off, but I only need the one. There we go. Now the question is, do we need a tiny slither of, do we need a sentiment? That is the question. Do we just put our sentiment inside? What would you guys do? There are some nice sentiments in here. There's a thank you. I mean, I could stamp it straight at the back there, but there's also this one that's meant to be outside and inside. Sometimes you need to know that someone really cares and you open it up and it says that someone is me, which is nice. Inside. Inside says Marilyn. Leslie says inside as well. Good. Okay. Well, let's get, I've got a giant mess here now, guys. I have got stuff spread. I mean, it was messy before, and now I'm just really, really messy. I'm giving myself another 10 centimeter by, yep, that's the right measurement. And I'm actually going to grab my these guys, and I'm going to put them in the corner. And I'm going to use Mossy Meadow ink. And I'm going to have those just over the corner there, like that. And then the sentiment inside, I think I'll just do a simple thank you, actually, because if I'm going to use this set, that's the one I think that is going to work the best. Unless, careful of ink on glass mat. Yep, no, all good, all good. I do need to wipe this off because I've got a bit of blue here from when I was blending before. That's all right. I'm going to use B block. Thanks, girls, for looking out for me. And I'm just going to pop the thank you right there. And that's going to go on the inside of my card, like so. It's actually a little bit short, but that's okay. It's good enough. I'm going to just pop that inside. I'm just challenge you guys to actually send a card this week. I'm terrible at sending cards. I'm really good at making cards, enjoy making cards, make lots of cards, but I'm not always good at sending them, and I need to get much better at that. All right, so we ended up using a combination of the In the Grove and Grassy Grove sets because I used the stamps from the Grassy Grove, okay, and then I used this die from the In the Grove ones. And then I also used the little deers from the Grove dies, the original ones that go with the Grassy Grove. So I actually mixed them up a little bit. But it turned out cute. What do you think? Oh, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, let me quickly do a cleanup. How are we going for time? 8:24. All right. Not much time, so I'm going to do something fast, I think. Oh, excuse me. Goodness. Sometimes you feel them coming and there's nothing you can do about it, right? Let's get that on. Now, I did think about doing something, you know, actually doing a scene and doing it on one of the arches and then using, you know, using one of the arch sentiments, because I love the fact that the arches go around the arch, the sentiments for it. I think that's really clever. So I'm just going to, I've just got to clean that one too. So tomorrow's job, I'm staining furniture. Because, you know, all the important things in life. I'm staining furniture, and today I mowed the lawn, as well as we went to Bunnings and got all the electrical gear for the string lights outside and all that kind of stuff. But it's all coming together, so that feels good to know that we're getting it done. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the bless you. I'm very blessed. All right, let's pop that there. Oh, and I think the deer as well. There we go. They're all back in their little happy places. And I'm going to keep that one out. I'm going to put these away. All right. Well, let's do a quick play, shall we? And I'm thinking I'm going to pull out. I've got the Everyday Arch dies already out, and I'm going to do a quick, easy card with these. Now, what's nice about these arches is that, like I said before, they're nested, which means they're all symmetrical. You can have a bit of fun with them. You can make shaped cards with them. You can do all kinds of things. And you guys have seen me last month for my craft along series. We made a whole bunch of different cards with these arch dies. So there are a lot of different things, but I'm just deciding which way to go with these. Right, so this one is the right size for the "you are loved" sentiment, that one there that you can probably see. So that's the perfect size for that. But then this one, I think, is a bigger one. Yeah, that's about the right size for that. So I'm actually going to cut this one out, and I'm going to use, let me grab some basic white for that. All right, so I've got my basic white piece here. Just noticed I've got a mark on that, but that should be okay because I'm going to be covering it up anyway. And this one here, you can see it follows the arch and it says, "You are simply fantastic." All right, I mean, nothing really, and it fits that arch perfect. All right, rather like that one. So I'm going to pop it there on a block. And there is matching paper for this. It's called Everyday Arches, and it's absolutely fabulous. And I used it a couple of months ago for my craft along. And this is the pack of paper. Okay, so I've got a whole new pack of that, but I've actually got some open here. So those are pretty fantastic as well. And I did, for craft along last month, we did like an arch card with this paper, and I used the butterfly dies as well. So I've had a lot of fun with these. So you can see there are like clouds and so on. Super, super nice. Like sunsets, storms, all different skies and different, like even starry skies. How nice are these? You can use them in so many different ways. I love them. And they've got lots of great colors in them. So the colors in this pack, of the Everyday Arches are Azure Afternoon, which is a color I hardly ever use. I think, Marilyn, you pointed that out the other day. Balmy Blue, Basic Black, Blueberry Bushel, Bubble Bath, Cajun Craze, Daffodil Delight, Fresh Freesia, Melon Mambo, Misty Moonlight, and Night of Navy. And then Petal Pink, Pretty in Pink, and Pumpkin Pie. So it's a real mishmash of colors. And I'm wondering which one they would look really good with that. That's a great idea, Donna. You should try it. All right, I'm just deciding what colors I want to work with in this pack. Now, I like the idea of mixing. I want to have a couple of different ones. So I want to have, like, you can see the Azure Afternoon in that one. That's actually really nice, isn't it? And then, like, look at the colors. Aren't they beautiful? That's really lovely. But I want to pull in a couple of different, I want the colors at the back to kind of mix together with the colors. So I like this one. I'm thinking about this one, all right, because I rather like that. And then I want to have a smaller piece that matches, like this would kind of match. I'm just going through and seeing what else would look really good. There's Moody Mauve in here. I like this one a lot. I like the stripes. Might go with that. There we go. I'm going to do that. All right. All right. Well, let's give that a whirl, shall we? All right. So what colors have we got here at the back? We've got Blackberry Bliss and Pretty in Pink I'm leaning towards pretty in pink, actually. But I'm going to be covering up quite a lot of this, so there won't be a lot shown. So let me grab my trimmer. Actually, I'm going to go this way. I'm cutting my card front piece. And so this is going to go on here. So you're going to lose quite a bit of it, but I like the fact that we can still see some of those colors around the edges. And then we're going to stamp this guy here, and I'm thinking we'll go with blackberry because there's some of that in here. I'm going to stamp this. Just remember, when you're inking up your stamps, just to go a really light touch. You don't want all the ink to end up all over the place. You just want it to be not everywhere that you don't want it. So you are simply fantastic. How good is that? All right. And then I like this one because I think it pulls out this color really nicely. And what size do I want? Probably about, let me see, is that going to be either that one or the next one up? This might be better. Yeah, that's better. All right, so I'm going to cut my stripy pink from that. So you can see this is a quick, easy card. We're not spending a lot of time on this. Who hasn't used these arches yet? They're so good, guys. I have had a lot of fun with them, and last month I felt like I really got to know my way around the arches because of all the different designs that I did. And those craft along tutorials are still available if anyone's interested in those. So they were on my blog last month, actually. All right, so I'm looking at that, and I'm going to put this on some dimensionals. Just deciding where the right place is for that. I think that's right. And then a couple more dimensionals behind here. We've had conversations in this video before about the arch window, because that's what this reminds me of every single time. I can't stop thinking about it every time I do use them. For my Play School fans. All right, let's pull all the backs off. Got those. All right, not quite done yet. I'm going to put this on a pretty in pink card base. Pretty in pink. I've just ordered more pretty in pink too because I've realized I'm using it for my, or some of it anyway, for my swaps. I don't normally go with pink for swaps, but this year I am. All right, so let's fold the card base. All right, I'm not done yet. Don't worry, don't panic, because I know it's looking very basic at the moment. All right, so I'm going to pop that. You're a top Play School fan because you even work for the company, Miss ABC Shop Lady. I remember. All right. Now, we could do all kinds of things, but I really love, and you guys will have seen this before, I love the beautiful butterflies. Let me see if I can find them quickly and easily. I did have them out on the table, so if I can't find them quickly and easily, I'll be not able to use them, will I? Beautiful butterflies. Are they still in my workshop bag, maybe, from when I went to the Hunter this week? That might be what it is. But I was going to cut them from the Pretty in Pink sparkle paper, because, you know, that's perfect, right? A Pretty in Pink butterfly zooming off this way somewhere. Let me see. I'm sorry, guys. I had it in my head what I wanted to use, and it's not where it should be. So this will be a very long sip for anybody who subscribes to that line of thinking. I had someone ask me the other day whether they could see my swap, and I had to say, sorry, it's a big secret. It's a secret until I hand them out. All right. Well, we can also use sketch butterflies, and those are retiring as well. So let me see if I can find those guys. All right. This is what happens when I haven't cleaned up after a class. All right, you guys. Well, here's another option. All right. If we can't find the beautiful butterflies, I could also grab a butterfly out of these. I could do that. And I could wink a Stella over it maybe, or color it pink. So there would be still other options. I've got small ones and I've got bigger ones, but I feel like I wouldn't want one bigger than that. But really what I want is this is going to be a temporary butterfly, because I know as soon as I find my beautiful butterfly set that I'm going to cut a glittery butterfly, because you can't go past a glittery butterfly, right? Well, guess who needs to clean up her desk? Really? All right, I know it's here somewhere. I know it's hiding, but I'm not going to worry about it right now, because I don't want to hold all you guys up. So I'm actually going to pop that there, and we'll add some bling, and we'll also add, oh, we didn't add any bling on these ones, by the way, are part of this same suite, and they are beautiful. We could always add more bling on the other page. So if I go one here, these are Balmy Blue and Bubble Bath. They're so nice. They're part of this suite. And a black butterfly. Oh, hello, Cherie. I didn't see you here before. Gold emboss the butterfly. Oh, or I could silver emboss the butterfly. I think the silver would look really, really nice with these. That would be a good idea. But I really want to do a glittery butterfly out of the petal pink glimmer paper. I just think that would be. Do you like these blings, Jody? Do you like those? I think they're really beautiful. They're probably my favorite bling at the moment. I go through stages, but I think these ones are absolutely beautiful. They're just so sparkly and lovely. And a black butterfly would look nice as well. I agree. That would be really lovely. But I think you guys will just have to wait, and I'll post it when I find the butterfly set after this video, which will probably as soon as I finish this video, because that's usually what happens. Then I would suggest that I will put that up a blog post or an Instagram post tomorrow and you'll see it. Okay. Oh, hello, Monique. Nice to see you here. You've been here all along. Oh, but you're fussy cutting. That explains it. Makes sense. Monique is here, everyone. Better late than never. That's what we say. All right. So what did we end up with tonight? We ended up with 2 cards. This one not quite done because I want to add a glittery butterfly. But we also did our grassy grove with the little deers, the mummy and the baby deer. And that turned out really nice. Oh, look, you girls. All right. So how did we go tonight? We made cards. That's the most important thing, right? And I did remind everyone to make sure they get their card stock soon before it goes up. Please, please, please. For those of you who are in my team, I am planning to go live at 10 tomorrow morning like I would normally do on a Monday, even though I know it's a holiday. But I think maybe that might mean we might have some people watching that normally can't. So that will be good. And here I am. Oh, thanks, Lorraine. I'm glad you like them. Oh, good, Leslie. Did we see? I saw Sheila had liked a couple of my posts earlier and I didn't see her here tonight. Hopefully she's getting some rest and recovery time. So hopefully. Have we heard from, has anyone heard from her? Cherie, have you heard from Sheila at all? Yes, I am, Cherie. I am going to be live at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's we must have been on the same wavelengths because I was just talking about that. Oh, you're very welcome, guys. I'm glad you like them. All right. Well, that's it from me tonight. I hope that you all have a great week ahead. I hope everyone is enjoying the last chance sale. I will put my all the details where you can go shopping and how to get in touch with me. All of those things I'll put in the description immediately below this video, immediately as soon as it's finished. Okay. So if you're on YouTube, you'll see it there. And I'm also going to put up on the screen for you my blog address, lookwatimade.com.au. That's where you go if you want to see what's happening. If you would like to sign up for my newsletter, you can do it right there at that blog address. Okay, so I think that everyone should join up and get the newsletter if you can, because it's got lots of information. There's tutorials in there. There's also photos of things I've been up to, all sorts of stuff. And any new ideas or promotions or anything that's coming up will be in the newsletter, and I get the news out. For example, if ever they decide to do a flash sale, I don't know if they will at any point, but if ever they do, I always make sure it's announced to everybody in the newsletter, so you guys hopefully hear it first. All right. See you all next week. Thank you very much, Monique. I will be live again on Tuesday for Technique Tuesday, so I'll see many of you then. Thanks, guys. Bye.